The Spirit Walk is a guided tour through our local cemetery. We partnered with the Dryden Genealogical Society and the Dryden District Museum to bring it together.
We have been able to join forces with the Dryden Museum and the Genealogical Society for the Spirit Walk, which always now kicks off October 1st. And that is just a quick walk and just some really, pulling in some stories of local people that you might find in the cemetery.
Being too young did not keep George from serving in the First World War, and being too old did not keep him out of World War II.
The idea for it started because I had heard that we had a genealogical society and they would put on spirit walks in the summer. And when I started Fall Fest, I thought that would be such a good thing to have in our event lineup. And I also really liked the idea that it would be a different demographic that it would call to. It's not a spooky walk, it's not for children, it's for an audience that appreciates more of the historical side of things. So I reached out to the Genealogical Society, worked on them for a good couple years before I finally got them to partner with us, and then we needed a tour guide, and so Michelle at the Dryden District Museum stepped in, and it's proven to be a huge hit.
The Spirit Walk is important to share the stories just so that people can learn about or recognize the families and some of the significant people in our area that have contributed to Dryden or have a meaningful part of Dryden.
The Spirit Walk, especially if you are related to someone that we're doing a piece on, or if you personally know one of them, it's touching to hear someone showcase that person. But personally, I was touched the first year that we did it. One of the stories that we heard was one of the founding members of Dryden grew up playing on the hill that would become the cemetery of Dryden. And he wrote a poem about him and his best friend playing on the hill. And his wishes in the poem was to be buried on the hill with his best friend. And so during the tour, Michelle, she read the poem. And then she said, and now if everyone will look over at Lena, she is standing at the grave of his best friend. And so it gives me goosebumps right now because seeing everyone turn and see how close that him and his friend got to be buried together, it was very touching. I know there were many tears.